Here are 3 ways to 10x your productivity. Don't we all want more time? Aren't we all time poor? Well, look, if you can maximize your productivity, you can maximize your experience of life itself. And how many people come up with excuses like, I don't have enough time. I'm too tired. I am too broke. I'm too young. Oh, I'm too old. I'm too late for that. So many of us find ourselves coming up with little one-liners that we might actually define as limiting beliefs, right? Are you guilty of that? Sometimes you catch yourself saying, oh my goodness, I just can't do that. I'm not capable. I don't have the time for that. Or how on earth do people manage to fit in that? Well, look, I'm here to say, look, if you don't make those changes and you don't strive for your dreams, it's a one-shot deal. And if you make the most of life, you only need one shot. But you've got to prioritize your time. You've got to increase your productivity if you truly want to grasp it. If you truly want to have an enriched and fulfilled experience of life, productivity is the foundational building block of that. And if you don't do it, you might end up with a purpose-poor life, right? A life that lacks purpose, poor in purpose. You might lack health, right? If you're not productive, getting time and setting it aside for health, nutrition, all that type of stuff, it's not going to happen. And it's a one-shot deal. I want to reinforce that, guys. Life is a one-shot deal. Write that one down. Life is a one-shot deal. You got to live it. You got to take it and you got to run with it. But getting productive is the number one starting point. I want to share a story, and this is an old story. This comes from a friend of mine who shared this with me many, many years ago. And it's about a young boy. And this young boy was always wanting to be one step ahead. He wanted to be 2 years older than he was. He wanted to be done with school. So look, this young boy was 5 or 6 years old, just started primary school, and it was getting towards halfway through the year. And he felt like it would be great if it was summer already, so he could be playing with his friends. And so one day he was lying in the meadow, just chilling under the trees, closed his eyes, and as he closed his eyes, an old lady came into view. And this old lady came up to him in his dream and said, hey, what would you like? Would you like to stay where you are right now and head back to school and spend the rest of the year doing that? Or would you like to fast forward a little bit? And he got so excited at the thought of fast forwarding school and getting to summer. So she had this ball of wool, like a ball of yarn. And she said, look, just give that a tug and it'll fast forward. So he gave it a little tug and ended up fast forwarding to summer. He woke up and it was summer. School holidays kicked in. How amazing was this? So he's having fun with his friends throughout the summer. Summer's coming to an end. And he's thinking, I don't want to go back to school. I'd like to just skip to the next summer. So he goes back out to the meadow, same spot, puts his feet up, chills out, closes his eyes. Who turns up? The old lady with the ball of wool. Gets to pull it again. Where does he end up? He ends up fast forwarding a whole year. He skips a whole school year and it's summer again. How perfect is this? He decides he wants to be a teenager so he can have more independence. So next time he sees the old lady in his dream, he pulls that bit of yarn, heads into teenagehood. And he's loving it. He gets to teenagehood and he realizes he doesn't want to be told what to do by his parents. And he notices now that he's in his teenagehood that his parents have got a little bit older. He pulls that little ball of wool and the old lady transports him forward, fast forward. Now he's just graduating university. He's moved out of home. He's met a beautiful woman. And then he now is thinking, well, look, I want to have a house. I'd like to have some kids. That would be fun. I'd like a bit more money. So he goes out to the meadow, lays in the meadow, closes his eyes. The old lady appears as always, and he gets to fast forward. So he fast forward to 30 years of age. Skips out all that stuff in between. Gets to the good stuff, right? He gets there, wakes up. His own mother is getting a lot older. His father too. He's got a couple of kids running around, and his wife's busy keeping an amazing home and running a career of her own. And he's trying to pay down this mortgage, this big mortgage. So he thinks, wouldn't it be amazing just to pay the mortgage off? Then we could all just have fun. He's like, okay, let's fast forward 20 years. Goes to the meadow, closes his eyes. Old lady appears, pulls that little ball of yarn. Fast forward 20 years and he's there. He wakens up. The mortgage is paid. How amazing. His kids have graduated. They're 18, 19, 20. They're getting older. His wife is tired. She hasn't had a lot of time with her husband. He's too busy doing other things. His mom and dad are getting very old, very frail. And they're dying. And he realizes that life has passed by and he wished his life away. He was so focused on what's next, that everything passed by, all the joy, all the fulfillment. And he was very sad to watch his parents dying. Very sad to see his kids graduating and moving on. And he missed it all because he was just in such a huge pursuit to fast forward, to miss all the trivial stuff. So he walks out to the woods to relax, to rest, to reflect upon the decisions he's made in life. And he falls asleep. And the old lady appears once again. And she said, would you like to pull this piece of yarn one more time? Would you like to fast forward one more time? Or would you like to rewind time? And he was crying. In his dream, he was crying. And he was regretful of missing out on all the beauty in life. And he said, I would do anything to rewind the clock and be present with my time, be loving to the people around me, to treasure the moments, to look forward to the future, but to be patient and be productive with the time that I'm given. She said, pull that ball of yarn one more time. And he did. And when he woke up, he was a little 5-year-old boy. And he could hear his mum shouting his name. He's ready for school. Let's go to school. Let's go. Lunch is packed. Time to get out the door. He came running down the stairs, ran straight up to his mum, gave her the biggest hug and kiss, and told her he loved her. He was back in reality. He was back at 5 years of age. And he was so excited to go to school and be present and be with his friends and learn and enjoy life. He had a new perspective and no longer wanted to wish his life away. So I hope that story sits with you. I hope you can possibly relay it and relate it to your own life. And sometimes we do want to fast forward. Sometimes we want to skip the hard stuff. For some, that's 2020. They want to fast forward. But guys, why don't we sit in it? Why don't we experience what it has to offer us? And I want you to think here, here's the 3 tips to 10x your productivity, but also to actually make the most of every moment. Productivity does not mean let's pack as much as we can in and fast forward to results. Not at all. So the first tip I want to share with you is that I want you to be really grateful for time. Like truly grateful for time. Time is a gift. Every day you wake up, that's an absolute gift. You've been gifted that day. So truly be grateful for the time that you've been gifted. Next, I want you to think about being radically clear. Radically clear on what your purpose is. And we've talked about this before, and if you've checked out some of my other videos, you'll have seen it. Get really clear on what you're about. The sooner you understand who you are and what impact you want to have on yourself, on your family, your community, the world, once you get radically clear on that, life just takes off. Now, before I get to the third tip, to 10x your productivity, and it's the most incredible practical tip that I'm going to share, I want you to go below, smash that subscribe button, and also I've got a freebie for you. I've got an amazing toolkit that I use with my one-to-one coaching clients, and it's called my Life Toolkit. Absolutely free for you. It's in the description below. Go and grab it. You can check out all my other amazing links. Come and join my free community as well. Now, the last tip, the third step to achieving 10x in your productivity is plan, and plan some more. You need to have a good planning method. Some of us have a diary, that's a good start. Some of us have iCalendar or Google Calendar, good start. I personally have a planning method where I plan out my 5-year vision. I then look at my 12-month vision and reverse engineer it. Then I look at my monthly massive action plan, my MAPS. Then I get it down to my weekly planning, I call it my Sunday success steps. And then I have daily planning. Now it sounds like a hell of a lot of work, but it's not. A few hours a month can help you get so much more productive. So get a great method. And if you guys want to know more about my method, drop me a line or comment below. And I want to wish you guys the most incredibly joyful week. And I want you to really be appreciative and grateful for the time that you've been gifted today. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the content today, please smash that subscribe button below. And if you want to become part of my community, I've got an amazing free Facebook group. Please come and join us. The link is in the description below. And also, if you've got any questions about today's session, I'd love to know. Just comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Have the most amazing day.